I go by Trina, and on this channel, I love getting on here, sharing my story with you all about how I lost weight. I started my weight loss journey in 2020, and I lost over 50 pounds. And I just love getting on here, sharing my story with you all, and just sharing anything that's helpful to you, that how you can lose weight, anything helpful that I can share. Um, to help you guys with the beginning stages of your weight loss journey, because in the beginning, that is the hardest part. Um, and I'm not going to say hard because weight loss, it does not have to be hard. I know sometimes it feels like, oh, it's impossible. I can't do it. And I went through all of these phases of trying to lose weight, and I learned how to make it simple for myself, and I'm going to share some tips with you on how you can make it easy and for it won't have to be so hard and won't be so difficult. So, the very first thing that I did when starting my journey, my weight loss journey, which by the way, I have always been on a weight loss journey. I was overweight as a child, very young, but I learned how to, as I got older, I knew exactly, like, not exactly, but I knew ways to lose weight. But it was just a little bit difficult of learning how to um, just navigate everything, of trying to control what I eat and being more active. It was a little bit difficult. But as I got older, through a lot of trial and error, finally figured out, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to do this. The first thing is that I I met myself where I was at. And meeting yourself where you're at is pretty much um, knowing knowing what you can handle, knowing your patterns. You pretty much just have to study yourself. You have to see, like, okay, am I a person that don't really like vegetables? Am I a person that really don't like to exercise too much? You have to really pinpoint and find out what exactly it is that you're doing that's pretty much slowing you down from doing what you need to do. And so meeting yourself where you're at is one of the things that I feel like is very important when you're first starting out and trying to lose weight. And this is for if you're in the beginning stages of your weight loss, or if you are in, like, um, maybe you've been doing weight loss, the weight loss thing for a while, but you just kind of like, okay, well, let me try something else, just trying things out. Um, like I said, I've been on a weight loss journey for a very long time. Hello. Hey, how are you? Hello. But maybe you have been just trying things out, and, maybe you've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, just how to get out of that yo-yo dieting and things like that, and how to get out of that fog. Uh, but yes, hello, hi, welcome, welcome to my live. I'm just talking about the beginning stages of how you can lose weight, like how to start for those of you who just came in the room. So in the beginning, for me, meeting yourself where you're at and figuring out what exactly that you need to do. So for me, I was like, okay, I like, far as let's say starting off, it was my mindset. I knew I had to change, like, how I think, and everything that I learned from weight loss and things like that. I knew that I had to think differently and start doing things differently. Um, I felt like exercising was really, really hard. I felt like not all exercises, but I felt like I needed to do hardcore workouts. And excuse me, you don't have to do hardcore workouts. You can do workouts that are compatible with your body. So I made the big mistake of thinking, oh, I have to do burpees and push-ups and running and jumping jacks, which all of those exercises work well. But if you're in the beginning stages of your weight loss journey, you don't have to go in like this. You don't have to go full force. And I had to learn this the hard way because every time I did that, every time I decided to go full force, and I would burn out. I would burn right out, got uninterested with losing weight. It just felt like, what's the point of this? And I don't want to do this. And it's so hard. I can't do this. And I would just have a whole pity party about it. And I couldn't understand, why can't I be consistent? Why can't I just keep going? And finding out what works for you. And I'm just speaking for exercise right now. Like, well, not, well, yeah, exercise, physical activity, we'll call it. I know that word exercise kind of scares somebody. And I know it used to scare me, like, oh, exercise. When I used to hear it, like, oh, I don't want to do it. But we'll just say physical activities. And so, what I would do is, how I started off, I found out workouts, physical activities that were compatible for me, for my weight, for my body, and walking. Walking was one of those things that I just kind of fell into. At first, I didn't want to do walking. I know that sounds crazy, but it's walking is really simple, really easy. And if you have legs, if you walk every day, you can simply do this. And this is how I felt. I felt like, okay, well, I can walk, that's fine. But at my weight, it felt like, okay, if I do walking, I feel like that's not going to do anything for me. I felt like I needed something high pace, high intense, because the amount of weight that I gained, it just felt like you need to do something more. And I pretty much wanted to just punish my body because of the damage that I've done with gaining so much weight over the years. And you don't have to just do hardcore workouts. You can do simple, just as simple as walking. So what got me into walking is that I started to look around, like on YouTube, just doing some research. And speaking of doing research with losing weight on YouTube, a lot of people, they will give you tips and tricks, but be very careful with this, because when I was starting out, I would look at a lot of videos on YouTube, and I was trying to find somebody that I can copy, like exactly what they did to lose weight, far as what they, excuse me, far as what they ate, their activities. And you're not supposed to do this because you are not them. Your body is different. And a lot of people, including myself, can get caught up in this, like trying to follow after someone else when it comes to like trying to lose weight. You may not be in the same situation as them. They may have like a medical condition, they may take medication, they may be, maybe they have high metabolism. So it is very important for you to know what's compatible for your body. You can get tips and tricks and things like that from people. Like, for instance, if someone says, drink more water for weight loss. Yes, you can. It's true. You can drink more water for weight loss. But a lot of people would say, when I was searching on YouTube about drinking water for weight loss, they would say, drink a gallon of water a day. And that's just not, I mean, for me, it did not work out. I'm not drinking a gallon of water a day. I did do the gallon of water challenge a few years back. You guys can check that out on my page. But everything, you can't follow after everything that everybody does. But take what they like. For instance, I'm giving you walking. You can walk, but if I'm telling you walk 5 miles a day, that may not fit for your lifestyle, walking 5 miles a day. I'm not even walking 5 miles a day, okay? But you know that walking can help you lose weight. So take what people say with a grain of salt when you do look around on YouTube about, trying to lose weight. But back to the walking. So I started off with walking. I felt like, okay, what do I have to lose? Let me just try out this walking thing because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else it is that I can do to lose weight. I tried to pretty much punish my body and just go in with hardcore workouts and burned out pretty fast. So I said, okay, can't do that. What else can I do? So I started walking. I would get off of work in the afternoon. I had an at home job, and I would walk around my apartment building. And it was okay. It was just like, okay, I'm walking, this is a start. I didn't like that it didn't feel like I was really doing anything because it was just typical walking. Like I do this all the time, walking, but walking around my apartment building and it just after like within a week, it was like a fun it was like a just a fun thing to do to get into like, ooh, let me go for my walk. Like it just became something fun, like a fun routine for me. And as I walk around my apartment, I just started to just think about my weight loss and how am I going to plan it out and what am I going to eat? What am I going to do? And it just pretty much gave me clarity. It helped clear my mind and helped me think more clear about my next steps with losing weight. And it was more than just, okay, I'm walking because I need to lose weight kind of thing. It became more of a meditation thing for me. It just gave me so much clarity just by walking. And I thought about it like, wow, like all this time I've been avoiding walking because I felt like, oh, that's not going to do anything. That's just walking. Like I'm not going to lose weight from that. And reality, it was more than just walking. And it's like if I would have known that I would have gotten clarity, a peace of mind, um, just from walking, I would have done it a long time ago. So I definitely recommend walking if you're in the beginning stages of your weight loss. And it doesn't mean to walk far as well. You don't have to walk far. I like the treadmill, it was okay, but I like nature. I'm a nature girly. I love outside and, the fresh air, trees, and the birds, and looking at the sky and stuff. And I love that. So I think that's why it really connected with me. And walking around, it just felt like just a fresh breath of air, a breath of fresh air, it felt like for me. And I just couldn't understand, like, why did I underestimate walking? And we make a lot of mistakes with that, underestimating certain things that can really help us in the long run. So I definitely recommend walking if you are in the beginning stages of your weight loss. And like I said, I walked around my apartment building. Walking around the apartment building, if you have a track, a school nearby that has a track, walk around the track however long you feel like. You don't have to do like a certain, I mean, you should set a goal. That's an idea. But if you're just in the beginning, just go. Just go out there, do what you can. Go around, do 2 laps, whatever you feel that your body can withstand. And pushing yourself in the beginning is you starting. So the mistake I made was like overly trying to, not with the walking, but overly trying to push my goal. For me, it felt like I woke up, like I would wake up one some days and just feel like, oh my God, like I have to get this weight off of me. I've gained so much weight and I would just be in such a panic. And it was just so crazy just thinking back at it. Like it's okay. It's a process. You don't have to feel like, oh, I have to hairpin get this weight off and rush, try to rush your weight loss because in the end it slows you down. You probably, well, my experience, I burned out and I crashed and didn't want to continue a weight loss journey. But taking your time, giving yourself grace, and going at your own pace and knowing when to push yourself. So for the walking for me, I learned to push myself. I felt to push myself like once I walked around, I'll say maybe like a good 2 weeks. I felt like, okay, well, I felt like my body felt like I can do more. I felt like I could do a little bit more, and that's when your body will tell you. That's another thing. You have to listen to your body when it comes to this. Listen to your body, and so my body was telling me like, hey, like you can do a little bit more, and that's when I started to do workouts at home. I was never really like a gym person. I went to the gym a few times, but going by myself, it just didn't really work out. Like I would go to the gym and I didn't know what I was doing. I'll just say that. I did group classes before, which were really, really fun. I did the group classes, but I just seemed to not be consistent with it. And so I tried out just working out at home. Working out at home is a very controlled, comforting place for you. And especially if you have like a separate room that's just, designated for working out, or just a nice space, the front room, have the TV going, putting on a workout video on YouTube, and just being in the comfort of your own home working out. I found that this really worked out for me. And as I was, searching for, what can I do? What workouts can I do at home? Because I felt my body was ready to do that, do more. I stumbled upon Joe Joe, Walk the Weight Off, and her videos changed everything for me for the better. And I would do workouts, walking in place, doing those workouts, walking the weight off, and it was just so fun, and it was a rewarding feeling. It felt so good because just 2 weeks ago, it was like, wow, like I didn't know where to start. And just by walking around my apartment building, just taking a little short walk, kicked everything off for me. And doing the workout videos with Brother Joe, walking in place, you guys definitely should check her out. I recommend her a lot if you're in the beginning stages, because it's just so simple, it's easy. She has a few beginner friendly videos, and I just definitely recommend her. And yeah, thank you, Smiley. But I definitely recommend doing her videos. And so doing that, it just helped me boost up that confidence, and it just made me believe in myself more, because I really felt like I couldn't do it. I knew I was capable of losing weight. I knew it was there. I knew I had potential, but it just didn't feel like I can do it, like physically, like the the will to do it, the power to do it, the strength to do it, and it just felt like it just felt like it was just so hard. It felt like a very difficult, hard task that was almost like impossible to do. And the thing about this is you can do it. I'm speaking a little bit softly. I can speak up a little bit. Sorry about that. But you are capable of doing it, and that's what I had to realize and tell myself. You are actually capable of doing this. You can do it. You just have to really just put your mind to it and find out what works for you. Find things that are compatible with you. With the thank you. Thank you for letting me know. The volume was a little bit low. Thank you. But I had to really find out what it is that I can do that works for me, because I spent a lot of time searching on YouTube and things like that, trying to figure out, okay, how does this person do it? How does that person do it? And like I said, you can get tips and tricks from people, but take what they say with a grain of salt, because everyone body is different. You may not be going through the same thing as them. They may have something else going on with their body or their activity, their daily life. We live different lifestyles. So finding out what works for you is finding out what works for you, what's comfortable for you. And if you can walking, like I said, the very basic thing of exercise, walking. And you don't have to walk far, you don't have to walk fast. Walk at your pace, what feels good to you. And hopefully you will get the same thing like how I did. It wasn't just walking for exercise for me. It was walking for like meditation. It gave me a peace of mind, clarity, and it gave me a better vision of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. It helped me plan out what to do next and how am I going to do this, and applying things to my lifestyle, and that's going to help me with losing weight. And and so that's for the physical activity part, but you can do it. You just have to find out. Yes, a walking peace of mind. Yes. So finding out what works for you is really what it's all about. And far as eating right, eating right is just something that we have to. So what I did is I found out things that I liked. I wanted to do this basic as possible. I didn't want it to be difficult for me. Um I didn't want to feel overwhelmed with, okay, what do I eat? Oh, this is too expensive, or this is just too much, or this is I was like, what is the basic food that I can eat that I already like, that I can cook, that is going to be good and fulfilling for me, and I can lose weight at the same time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. And the basic foods that I would eat is like, at the time I was eating meat, so I would do chicken breast, I would do broccoli, rice, the base. I started off very basic. And some people may feel like, oh, this is not, not really that good. But I mean, you can season your chicken breast. Be careful with that salt, though. You can season your chicken breast how you want, your broccoli, your rice, quinoa. And I just started from basic foods like this. And I worked my way up and I started to make other foods that was like, wow, I didn't even think this would be good. Or I didn't think I knew how to cook this. Um, and when I started as well, I was not a big cook. I knew how, but it was mainly like fried, processed food, stuff like that. But learning how to cook easy, simple, healthy meals, I didn't think that I would ever be able to really be. I didn't think, I knew I could do it, but I didn't think they would interest me. Like, I didn't think it would actually be good, that I can enjoy, like, oh wow, like I wouldn't mind eating this on a regular basis. So you just learn so much about yourself when you start at the very beginning and start basic as possible. So that's the advice that I would give, is start simple as possible when you're in the beginning stages of your weight loss, because I'm all for the long run. I'm all for the long term. Um, I went through phases of trying to do things the quick, easy, get skinny quick things, um, horrible phase, but I'm happy that I did go through that because I learned so much from it. But I do wish that I could have skipped that part and just went for the long run of just having a healthy overall lifestyle. But you can do it. It is very possible for you. It does not have to be hard. You just have to start basic as possible and find out what it is that you already like to do. Far as physical activities, do things that you already like to do. If you know that if you like to play basketball, if you like to play tennis, anything that's a physical activity that's really fun, that can, get that heart rate up, and you can just have fun while doing it. That's another thing too. That was very important for me. Being on this journey, I felt like I want to have fun at the same time. I don't want to just, lose weight and be miserable and do things that I really don't want to do. Find things that you actually enjoy. And that goes for eating habits, food as well. You can do things that you can eat things that are actually really good and make it to your liking. Even if you don't know how to cook, I urge you to at least, try something. There's a lot of simple, easy, healthy meals that you can make that are just, they'll just be really, really good. But of course, I understand if you're not a cook or don't really like to cook. Shout out to the people that are married, that have a wife or a husband that can cook for you. You got it made. All you have to do is just put that order in. Your husband or wife can make it for you. Or if you get takeout, it can get a bit expensive when you're, constantly eating out. But they do have a lot of restaurants that actually have really good, clean food that you can get. But that can be a bit expensive. But hey, if you have it, go for it, do it. Um, but yeah, so it doesn't have to be hard to lose weight. I think a lot of temptation with like food that we have, far as watching, like, I know for me, it was commercials on TV, seeing a new pizza or seeing a new burger out. It was really tempting to be like, oh my goodness, that looks good. And, that's their job to make the food look really good where you can get up and go and buy it. So you have to learn how to fight that temptation and um, just try to block that out. Like right now, like I don't, when I look at food commercials, um, I don't get a sense of like, "Ooh, I wanna go and get that. Oh, that looks good." I may say it looks good, but I don't have a urge to get up and wanna go get it like how I used to. Like, if I seen a big juicy burger on TV, I'll be like, "Okay, I know what I'm eating tonight." And so, once you get into a routine of finding out what you like, you just these urges, they just get lower. Those urges go away. They either go away or they just get lower. And that's the part about it. You just have to learn how to have that self-control and have that urge to just fight those cravings. But it doesn't last that long. It's hard in the beginning. It's supposed to be hard in the beginning, I like to say. The commercials know. Yeah, they do. They know exactly what they're doing. They do. They know exactly what they're doing. Um, I'm sorry, I didn't see the message. What is the best thing to consume when losing weight? As far as eating, um, water, fruits, vegetables. And I'm not saying don't eat anything that's unhealthy. I mean, I hate that to say eat stuff unhealthy. I don't want to say that eat things unhealthy, but we live in America. Well, if you live in America, even if you don't live in America, they still have foods out there that are unhealthy, that are pretty tasty, very tasty. I mean, for instance, like me, I don't just cut everything out. I've tried going cold turkey before of my weight in the beginning of my weight loss journey, but once you have a taste of something, you're gonna it's gonna be 10 times that craving is going to be 10 times harder. Like once you have it again, and I remember just going in on some food that I tried to call myself, staying away from. So having it in moderate size, I think it's a good way to control that and, not going in. But I say to consume natural foods. That's what I did to be basic as possible. I told myself, let's just try basic natural foods. Let's just do that. You can eat anything you want, just as long as it's a natural basic food. And if it was a natural basic food because some natural foods, like I'll say, um, like chips, that's a natural food, right? But of course, it's fried, the chips, but you can still have that in moderate size. So, chips, that's something that I really like. I like chips. I have it in moderate size. I don't eat out of the bag. Like I stopped doing little habits like this. I would get a portion size is very important as well. I would get a sandwich bag, I would get a container and just have that where I won't feel deprived from that. And that's just something that's just a part of, chips. That's just something that I like. I don't want to let go of chips. So don't feel like you have to be deprived from anything. If it's something that you really, really like, you can still have it. Just have it in moderate size. If you know it's something that you just know you feel you need to just get rid of. Um, for instance, me when I was in the beginning stages of my journey, going to fast food restaurants, I found myself like constantly going there all the time. And I was like, you know what? This needs to stop. And I didn't feel like, oh, I'm going to miss this really, really bad. It was just that if I have something to eat at home, cook something at home, rather than going to a drive through. But if I was out, there were situations where I was out with friends and family and we go to a restaurant. I would just be very mindful of what I would get. And um, at the same time, I didn't deprive myself. I allowed myself to, get what I wanted, but I was very conscious of like not going in like how I would instead of getting a burger. double butter burger, the milkshake, and getting a fry. I would just say, hey, let me just get some fries or something. I was very conscious of it. And when I went home, I would just cook something at home or already have something meal prepped. Meal prepping is very huge too. That it played a very big part of my weight loss. Having things already prepared and set out is a great way to get you started with your journey. And yeah, it's a great way to start. But yeah, I say just consume natural foods, natural as possible. Drink water, cut back on like sugary drinks, pop, um, coffee with a lot of sugar and cream and all that stuff is good, but it's not good for you to consume on a daily basis. Water, drink plenty of water, or low calorie if you're not like a big water fan, which you should be, but drink beverages that are low in calories, things like that. But yeah, you can do it. It doesn't have to be super hard. It can be done. And yeah, start from where you already are. Meet yourself where you're at. Don't deprive yourself. And I would just say to just stay focused on like your goals of like focusing on like where do you see yourself far as like your weight or where do you want to be in life, and those things play a part in your weight loss of like where do you want to see yourself in life. Like when I was younger, I used to always want to just go for a run, and that was so far from like reality of like I can't run, anywhere. I can maybe do like a little sprint, but that's about it. But now I can easily just, oh, if I want to go for a run today, I can go for a run. And just by something that small of me thinking like that helped me along the way and was a reminder for me, to just keep going and focus on what it is that I want to do. But yes, but that is it for now. I will be posting a video soon about just tips on how to lose weight in the beginning stages. That's who I want to reach, like people that are just like starting out. And even if you are in the middle of your journey, these tips will still be helpful to you, and you can still learn from them. But I'm really big on helping people in the beginning stages because I remember in the beginning stages of my journey, I found it a little bit, it seemed really hard, but I found out to make it easy for me. Thank you so much for the tip. They are helpful. Congrats on your weight loss. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and share with your friends and family if they are in the beginning stages of their weight loss journey or in the middle, because if you enjoy this video, I'm sure they will enjoy it as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye for now.